I'll do whatever you guys are going to do, but
Sir?
it's against my will. Okay, just so you know.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, you don't build a defense to a motion for a competency. There's a reason that they're asking for it.
What is that reason, though? I'd like to know. There's no
reason
evidence of me.
The reason is that you are not addressing the issue, and you are talking over people, and that's inappropriate the way you're acting.
Okay.
They want to make sure, sir, that you are understanding exactly what's going on. That's all. That's all this is about. And if they find you're competent, you're going to go through this.
Who's they?
The DSHS is going to do the competency evaluation.
That's who she works for. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. So that's what it's for, though. It's for no other reason. It's just to make sure that you're competent. Ma'am, please be seated.
Just let it go.
He has an attorney, and the attorney is representing him.
No, he's not.
Sir, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
I know, sir, but okay. I will not say another word, and I'll agree to whatever you say, but I do not
Just
agree.
saying other words. I get into founded contempt.
All right, I have signed off in the order.
And I'm sorry, what date was it?
It is going to be, the hearing is going to be 1/18/2022. So 90 days is the hearing. All right, thank you. And I apologize this is concerning, sir, but the reality is we want it done right. I want to make sure that you are best represented in this court the best way possible. And that's the whole reason for it. It's not as a punishment. That's not the reason we're doing this. This is so I want to make sure that everything here is done where you understand it. That's all. Nothing else. Okay?
Understood, sir.
All right. And I know it's confusing. I apologize for that. But I want to get this done because I would hate to have what they used to call people railroaded through a court.
That's what, I mean, that's exactly
and that's exactly what I'm trying to avoid.
Okay.
And that's the reason for it. It's not because I want you railroaded through the court. I want you to understand everything I'm doing.
I appreciate
okay?
that, sir.
And I
really
appreciate
do.
that, sir. And I appreciate your concern. I really do. This is for no other reason, and you'll be able to go through it. Okay? And it'll be done. It's somebody's going to come evaluate, and they're going to give us a report. You're not going to be going into a treatment center. You're not going to be doing anything like that. You're just getting evaluated.
Yeah, I know. I have a Washington State license to work on elevators. This could affect my career greatly.
No, we can't. Because
Okay.
this is.
I can't sign anything.
That's all right. I'll note that you're in court.
You signed it for me,
Yes.
right? Okay.
I signed an order.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. Who's next?
So I think there's no other private attorneys. There's a few pro se that I'm writing on, and probably a few I need to talk to. I don't know if Mr. Rusnick needs to talk.
Mr. Russell, do you have any that you're ready on?
I need to talk to Mr. Chichester. I didn't get the opportunity.
I'm just wondering if you have any you're ready on. Otherwise, I'm going to give you time.
Nicole Olson, I think we can do.
Okay.
We can also do Mr. Stiles.
Okay.
I see Nicole Olson is queued up on the Jumbotron behind you. Your Honor.
All right. And good morning.
It's also Phil Francis present with McMains, private counsel for Barbara Bowden.
That McMains? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. Let's take Nicole Olson, then we'll take Mr. McMains. And have you had a chance to talk to him on Mr. McMains, Mr. Walls?
no.
All right. So
Nicole Olson has an eval scheduled. I believe it's the 29th. Am I right on that date, Nicole?
It is. They had scheduled it for November 26th to speak with the counselor
26th,
through the
I'm sorry.
STOP program.
Correct. And due to COVID and other reasons, these evals are being scheduled a lot slower. And
let's set this for December 21st with the waiver.
Thank you.
So, ma'am, you have a right to a speedy trial within 90 days if you're out of custody. In order for me to schedule it out that far, I'll need you to waive your right to a speedy trial. Are you willing to do so today?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And so the new commencement date for your speedy trial is going to be on December 21st, the date of the hearing. Okay?
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. So I'm setting off. I'm signing this off off on it right now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Your
And
Honor.
You are free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
not supposed to be on the premises. Ed,
Is he still around?
if Mr. Conroy is still on the premises, remind him he's supposed to be 500 yards from the premises. If you can,
Checking with sir, 'cause
he please escort him off the premises if you could.
yes, sir. 500 feet or 500 yards?
I believe it's 500 yards. I was at 500. Let me look.
That's a long way.
It's 500 feet.
500 feet.
Yes. Yeah, that's about 5 football fields.
Yeah.
All right. And did you need time to talk to Mr. Rams on McMahon's?
I'm not.
Your Honor, we're going to be asking for a continuance to
Okay.
allow a little bit more time.
How long are the continuance, Mr. French?
30 to 45 days.
Any
And I
objections?
can
Mr. Wells?
apprise both Mr. Walls and the court as to the progress he's been making.
He's currently in the second now, so it's not good. But I don't object to continue.
So we will continue this to December 7th at 10 a.m. And your client is willing to waive his right to a speedy trial, Mr. French, to that time?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Maines, you heard that. You have a right to a speedy trial within 90 days, and in order for this continuance to occur, you have to waive that right. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. So this is continued to 12/7/2021 at 10 a.m. And defendants waives the right to a speedy trial. The new commencement date is 12/7/2021. Thank you. You're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we could. Did you want to go to a breakout room with anyone?
With who?
With anyone?
Actually, I'm almost out of juice right now. If I could probably discuss this. We're taking a recess?
No, I've got some pro se that, so if you want to.
Yeah, let me.
Is there anyone on the screen? Why is there not?
Styles. I can do a quick continuance on Styles.
Okay, Styles will continue. What are we looking for?
We're not looking for anything. It's pre-trial. He said he'd have enough money to get my retainer another payday.
That's what I mean. What are we looking for time period wise?
Oh, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay, we'll put this as an excluded period.
Yeah, this is not. Yeah, this will be the last time, Your Honor.
All right. So we are setting this now, Mr. Stiles, until November 2nd. That's at 10 o'clock.
Awesome. Thank you.
And so this is an excluded period for speedy trial purposes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're free to go.
Your Honor, I can address Trevante Bell on the 10 o'clock.
All right. Trevante Bell. Good morning, Mr. Bell. Can you hear me?
Mr. Bell, if you can unmute.
Alrighty. There we go.
Good morning.
And,
Good morning.
Your Honor, Mr. Bell is here on a driving suspended third degree. He has obtained his license back, so he's moving to amend to no license on person, RCW 4620-017. There are a couple there's a couple infractions associated with this that I think got referred to collections. I'd asked to pull them.
I look at this. Easy. No insurance. All right. Mr. Bell,
Yes, sir.
the city is moving to amend the criminal charge to no driver's license on person, and that would be a fine of $139. Upon payment, that case would be closed. Do you want to do that?
Yes, sir.
All right. As to the ones that are in FTA status, I've just pulled them out of FTA status. On the no insurance, I'm reducing the fine from $550 down to $250. And on the second one, I am reducing that fine to $100. So your fine has gone down dramatically. What we're going to do then is set monthly payments. And as long as you make those monthly payments, you're going to be fine. If you can't make a payment, please call us, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So your fines are $139, $100, and $250. And you'll be able to make payments of $50 a month every 30 days and starting in 30 days, okay? And if you can't make a payment, simply call us and we'll work with you.
Yes, sir.
All right? We have
All right,
done
thank
that. You are free to go. Your cases, as soon as they're paid off, you're closed. You don't have to deal with this anymore.
All righty. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good day, sir.
You too.
Your Honor, I can address Kyler Phelps.
Oops. All right.
You know, Mr. Phelps is pro se that he's here on 3 driving suspended third degree charges. He has obtained his license back. He is moving to amend to no license on person, RCW 4620.017 on each case. There are some tracking infractions that, or there were some associated infractions that.
All right. So are the infractions still?
That they've been found committed, but it doesn't look like they've been referred to collection.
Mr. Phelps?
Morning, Your Honor.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. So the city has moved to amend your 3 criminal charges down to 3 infractions of no driver's license on person. Each one of them a $139 fine. Upon payment, those cases are closed. Do you want to do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's that? It's already paid. All right. Mr. Phelps, I didn't. Did you want to do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So all 3 of them, $139. If you make monthly payments, you're good. If you can't make a monthly payment, let us know, and we will work with you, okay? So anytime you can't make a monthly payment, call us up and say, I can't make it this month, I'll make it next month. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I am
All
signing
right.
off those orders. You're free to go. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
We could address Mr. Branscombe.
All right. Mr. Branscombe.
I'm showing Mr. Branscombe is pro se. This is an ignition interlock case. And I'm not sure if he's had a chance to speak to an attorney about it.
Mr. Branscombe?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Have you had a chance to talk to an attorney on these cases, sir?
I have not. When I came the first time, we deferred it to this date. The position I was working at the time, my income didn't qualify me, or I made too much money for a public defender, and now I don't have that job anymore, so I can't afford a real attorney.
Are you on unemployment?
No, I'm not at the moment. I have a new job now. It just makes a lot less than I was.
What do you make a month now?
About $1,600.
That's almost the cutoff is right around $1,100.
Okay, yeah, and yeah, I figured.
We're going to give you Mr. Rusnick's number because he can give you some information at least. Okay.
Okay.
And so do you have a pen to write this down?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Mr. Branscombe, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. The number is 253-588-4006. I'm going to be in court for a while, but if you call later on this afternoon, later in the afternoon, or another time, you can get me directly. If you need to call me sooner, just leave me a good time and a callback number, and I'll return your call. Okay, if you need to get this done sooner rather than later.
Okay. And if it does mean anything, I have done everything. I have my license back. I have the insurance and the interlock devices.
That's what you want to talk to you. That's why you want to talk to an attorney. That's exactly the reason.
Sounds good.
Okay, and like I say, if you can't call at that time, just leave a good callback number and a time I can reach you when you'll be available to take it. All right?
All right, fantastic. Yep.
Thank you.
So what we're going to do, so you have that opportunity, is I'm going to set this over for 2 weeks so you can talk to the attorney. Okay?
Fantastic.
So we're going to set this for, that would be November 2nd. And that's going to be at 10 o'clock a.m. And this is an excluded period. This 2 weeks is an excluded period for speedy trial purposes.
Okay.
So make sure you get some information, and then hopefully you can get this resolved at the next one, okay?
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're free to go.
Ms. Smith?
All right. Ashley Smith, can you hear us all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ms. Smith is here on driving suspended third degree. I'm showing he is still currently suspended.
Ms. Smith?
No. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Are you able to get your license back, do you think, or are you working towards that?
Yeah, I just made a payment through Dynamics for collections, and then I also set up I joined a program for child support for them to release my license. So that should be happening anytime.
Yeah, I think he says it's cleared, so you probably have a reissue fee, and does she have to retest?
It does not, it doesn't, so it looks like there's a civil judgment is the last thing. It's showing clear, but the reinstatement requires the civil issue to be resolved.
Okay, and are you aware of there being a civil judgment, ma'am?
Yeah.
And are you working with that as well?
Yeah.
Okay, and so if we continue this for 60 days, you think you can get most of that done?
Yeah.
All right, so if you're willing to waive your right to a speedy trial, you have a right to a speedy trial within 90 days. In order for me to continue it that far, I'll need you to waive that right until that time. Do you want to do that today?
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, so this is going to be set for December 21st. And your new commencement date is on that date, okay?
Okay.
All right, so we're going ahead and doing that.
Okay, thank you.
It's going to be December 21st. All right, you're free to go. We'll sign that order and send it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Here, I see Mr. Huff and Mr. Nair are here.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrew Huff with Mr. Nair, both appearing via video.
Good morning. Let me finish this order up really quick.
Sure.
Thank you. All right, we're right here, Mr. Nair.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
Andrew Huff appearing with Mr. Nair, and at this point we're confirming for trial for this Thursday.
All right. And when will we have jury instructions?
When would you like them? Day of,
I would have already liked them, but no.
I can get them to you by tomorrow if you'd like. It doesn't matter to me.
Mr. Walls?
Yeah, sometime tomorrow.
I will take them tomorrow. At least I'll have a chance to go through them. And what we're going to do is a struck jury method, so just so you're prepared for it. And anything else we can clarify before then.
Where would you like the instructions sent? Do you have a specific? Is there a court email?
Just to the court and my administrator, where everything else is sent, or my clerk, where everything else is sent, and she'll get them to me.
Okay. And 8:30 is the arrival time, or?
That's the 8:30. We're going to get everything started at that point. We're going to get the jurors in here and start as soon as we can. After that, to do the voir dire, get the jury picked, and then hopefully move forward.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll see you on Thursday, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, who's next?
There's someone named Josh. I'm not sure who that is. There's two Joshes on the calendar.
Somebody signed on as Josh. Can you please let me know who that is?
Chidester is ready with the plate.
Hello?
Hello, this is Josh whom?
Josh Kesey, Joshua Alden Kesey.
Okay, Josh Kesey. And let me see. All right, and you said Mr. Chidester has a plea?
It's a plea. It'll be a change of plea, global on both counts. And
if you're ready to do it, I'm ready.
Certainly. Come on up, Mr. Chidester. May I begin?
You may.
Thank you. This is Jeffrey Raymond Chedister, two cause numbers 1A0412.
Before you start, Matt, do you have the plea there?
I emailed it out.
I need
okay.
it off.
I'm sorry.
All right, so if you could get, as soon as that Julie gets it, have her bring it out. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Again, first cause number, these are 8 and 9 on the calendar. 1A0412-429, and the other cause number is 1A0491-807. Mr. Chedister will be entering a plea of guilty as charged to the charge of theft, third degree, and the latter cause number. Upon acceptance of the plea, I believe the city will be dismissing the other cause number. Mr. Chedister understands that by entering a guilty plea, he is waiving a number of important constitutional rights, specifically his right to go to trial by a jury if he wishes, the right to have witnesses testify on his behalf, the right to confront and cross-examine witnesses offering testimony against him, his right to remain silent and refuse to testify at his own trial, and the right to appeal the finding of guilt after a trial. He is waiving those rights knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily. He is aware this charge carries a statutory maximum sentence of 364 days of jail and a $5,000 fine. He is aware that you do have the discretion, Your Honor, to impose anything up to and including that maximum sentence, irrespective of the joint recommendation on sentencing by the parties. Lastly, he is a U.S. citizen. Nonetheless, he's had his Padilla admonitions, and he is ready to go forward with his plea.
Thank you.
Why do you want it? Thinking like a lawyer, isn't he? He probably needs to sign that one too.
All right. And Mr. Chedister, you heard what your attorney just told me?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understood those really important constitutional rights under number 5?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any you'd like to go over at this time?
No, Your Honor.
Under number 6, there is a recommendation. It is only a recommendation. I can impose up to the maximum penalty. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone made any promise or threats to make you sign this form?
No, sir.
And are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
And it says under number 11, it says on 6/13/2021 in Orting, Washington, I stole merchandise valued less than $750 from Big J's with the intent to permanently deprive them. Is that a true and correct statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
I make a finding that the plea of guilty is knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily made. And did you have the appeals form?
Oh, it's not part of that. That's a downloaded form
All
from
right, so if we can get them in
OAC.
the appeal form, would be,
Or AOC.
and then we'll have him sign both of these since he's here.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't attach that as part of it.
Here, while you're doing that, when you have him sign this. Based on the police report, I will make the finding that on or about 6/13/2021 in Orting, Washington, the defendant, Jeffrey Chudester, committed the crime of theft in third degree. I'll make that finding guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Is there anything you'd like to tell me before I proceed to sentencing, sir?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And the city is moving to dismiss the malicious mischief. I am so dismissing.
It shouldn't matter. Didn't change it. Are you going to share everything? Yeah. So what? Okay, so you're not actually doing any action. That's it, just to be clear. Yeah. Doing yourself a solid.
Sentencing is as follows. Again, the malicious mischief, third degree, is dismissed. On the theft third degree, 364 days in jail with 362 suspended. Serve a total 2 days in jail with credit for 2 days served. The criminal conviction fee is $43. Restitution is reserved for 90 days to get that information. And do not go to the property or have contact with Big J's. You understand those conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. She'll bring this over here for your signature. That concludes this hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, I think we can address Jamie Johnston. She's online, and I'm just requesting a 2-week continuance.
2 weeks? And Score just joined as well. All right.
I probably have enough juice now that I can go over to the breakout room.
All right. Is Score?
Yeah. I'm not going to unplug till the last second, though.
Is Score one of your cases or not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
but I just realized they don't have blue jeans there, do they?
I'm not sure.
They're on?
They're on blue jeans. Yeah, they do.
Okay.
So technically, Mr. Chavez has not been appointed counsel. Citywide.
We have orange cells you asked for.
All right. Mr. Chavez, can you hear me? Mr. Chavez, can you hear me? Can you hear me at Score at all?
It says it's unmuted.
Yeah, I know. Mr. Savas, can you hear us all right? If you can hear me, put your right thumb up because we.
It looks like they're all muted.
I think it's your speaker. I don't know if we can.
Let's go.
Or he can't hear us either.
It sounds like he might.
Yeah, his
His speaker might be muted.
You want me to head over to the breakout room? I assume it'll probably be fixed within the next minute or so.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Or do you want me to wait?
No, let's go ahead and we'll get there.
Yeah.
Can you text something to them, tell them that they're muted, their speaker's muted?
Or did you mute it? I didn't. Okay. They muted you, but we can't hear them, so I'm going to do some troubleshooting here. We shall see. And there's just not picking up the audio from the TV as an option. There we go.
Can you hear us now?
Yes, we can. Good. You're us.
Great.
Sorry about that, Your Honor. I do some troubleshooting there.
All right. Mr. Rustic, he's available now. We're sending over the public defender, and we're sending you over to a breakout room with the public defender so he can talk to you. Okay? And so once he gets done, you come back in this room and we'll see you again, okay?
Okay,
so
thank you.
We're going to send you over. Thank you. All right. While that's going on.
Your Honor, we could address Joshua Kesey.
All right.
So Mr. Kesey was here to quash warrant last time. It doesn't look like we reviewed for a public defender. I noticed he's, as of last month, he had a public defender on his underlying case. So no objection, direct appointing.
And Mr. Kesey?
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning. And you have, you've been appointed a public defender in another matter, is that correct?
No, I don't think I have. I think last time I was in court, you denied
no, I'm
that.
talking about in the underlying ignition interlock case, or was it a DUI?
Yeah.
The underlying DUI. All right. Are you currently employed?
Yeah, I'm employed.
And what's your monthly earnings?
Around 2,000.
All right. And do you have people living with you, your family?
Yeah, just brother and sister. But
okay,
they're older.
So no children?
No.
All right. Basically, under what we have, he doesn't really qualify for the public defender. So have you talked to an attorney?
I have. I just haven't been able to afford it. But I've been meaning to talk to Mr. Rusnick and find out the retainer.
All right. Do you have his phone number?
I do not.
Okay. Do we have that offhand? We're going to get that, and I think it's 406 is the last four. We're going to get that for you and give it to you, and then we'll set this over for a couple weeks so you could talk to him.
Sounds great.
All right. If not, we'll walk over and get it from him.
I believe it is 253-588-4006.
Did you get that?
253-588-4006.
Yes. So what I'm going to do now, give you time to call him. He'll be available later this afternoon. He's not going to be available this morning at all. I'm going to set this over for the November 2nd date. That's going to be at 10 o'clock also. And that's an excluded period for speedy trial purposes. All right?
All right, thank you.
You're free to go. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Yeah, Ms. Bennett has signed on. She's pro se. Ms. Bennett is here on Driving Span 3rd. I am showing she is now clear. I am not sure what she needs to do to reinstate.
Actually, I
Ms.
have to
Bennett,
go
can you
back
hear us
to
all right?
I have to go back to Grant County again because it was just like a preliminary. It was like a arraignment or something like that. So I have to go back. But what I
Yeah,
did
but
do,
if it's just an arraignment, that shouldn't be holding up your license, is it?
I don't believe so. Because I paid the 2 tickets that I had, but I still have the one that I got when I was in Orting too. So I'm waiting. I guess I'm waiting for that one as well.
Well, the Orting ticket, though, it's not going to hold up because we'll make sure it's not an FTA status. So if we have an Orting ticket, it's not going to be an FTA status, so it shouldn't affect your license. I want to make sure it's not.
Okay.
And it looks like the Grant County one cleared last week, but for some reason your driver's license is showing eligible but not reinstated, but it's showing issued and not expired until the end of the year. So, and it doesn't have any fees or requirements. So I think at this point, city is going to move to amend to no license on person, RC 4620017. It appears that it's just processing through. Everything appears fine. And there is tracking speeding, no insurance.
So, Ms. Bennett, what the city is moving is because your license is actually, looks like it's actually cleared, and it just hasn't, the process hasn't taken place. So the city is moving right now to amend your criminal case down to an infraction. The fraction's $139 upon payment. That case is closed. So we set up payments here, so you're not going to get behind, okay?
Okay.
And then we can also deal with your speeding and your no insurance today, and that means you don't have to come to Orting anymore.
Well, I live right up the street, so.
Well, that's good. I meant, okay, I should say to the Orting Court anymore.
Okay.
I mean, we're fun to visit, but there's not much to do here.
Okay, I know. I call it Andy Griffith Town, so you know.
Okay. So is would you like them to? Are you pleading committed to the infraction on the amendment to the infraction?
Well, actually, me and the officer kind of I don't believe I was speeding, but you know, I've been known for speeding.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the criminal charge being amended.
Oh,
no
okay.
driver's
Okay. Yes. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay,
yes.
So that one I will sign, and that's $139 on payment. That case is closed. There's no longer a criminal case here.
Okay.
And now we'll deal with the other one.
Okay.
Let me see. Can you pull up the DCH on Tara Bennett? Did you have insurance on the date?
I do have insurance, yes. I just didn't have I drove to Safeway, I didn't have my wallet with me. So yes, I do have insurance.
Did you have it on the date of the ticket?
Oh yeah. I've had insurance all this time. I just didn't have it on me.
That's consistent with her other history.
So what I want to do then, because it sounds like you want to contest the speeding, is I want to set those two for an infraction hearing. So you can bring your proof of insurance, and you can tell your side of the story if you wanted to do it at that point. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to set that for. Are you available on? That would be November 2nd at 1:30.
Okay.
All right. So the other one we've resolved today, and that one will set for November 2nd at 1:30.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Apparently, you're able to get your license back. Is the good news.
Yeah, I'm happy. Believe me, I'm joyous with
it.
Okay.
All right. Have a good day.
You should call DOL. Hey, you should call DOL just to make sure that whether they want you to pay a fee or something. Because it's not showing reinstated, but it should. So you should call them just to make sure.
I will. Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Aussie is Matt's.
Everyone else is.
We've done Colton Hess, right?
We did Colton Hess.
And we have Jamie Johnson. Mr. Nair, I don't know if you know, but you're free to go today. Is Miss Johnson is Matt's too, correct?
Yes.
And nothing from Stacy McCarty. And
she's in the corner.
Oh, okay, you're Stacy. All right, and you are. Last name was.
Oh, we can. That she's pro se. We can handle that one as well.
All right.
You want to come forward?
This is Mackenzie Shoemaker.
Your Honor, Ms. Shoemaker is here on 3 driving suspended third-degree charges. She does, however, have her license back. City is moving to amend to no license on person under 4620.017 on each of those. There are some tracking infractions. And there are also some associated infractions that look like they may have been FDA'd.
All right. On the 3 infraction cases, are the 3 criminal cases, the city is moving to amend each one of them to an infraction. And upon a plea committed, you'd be owing $139 on each. Do you wish to do that today?
Can I do payments?
Oh, obviously, yes. In this court, the way that you avoid going to collection or anything else is simply call us if you can't make a payment. We work with you, okay? And then on the, there are 2 infractions here. Did you have insurance on the date of the ticket?
No.
All right. And then the other one was vehicle plate not valid and properly attached. All right. We'll get to those after I do these first 3.
Mr. Walls, Andrew Huff here. Do you have a minute?
Sure.
Mr. Nair would like to accept that 6-month SOC if it is still available.
It is. Do you still have the paperwork from the last one we've sent back and forth?
I do.
Okay. We're just finishing up a last case, and then we can.
Yeah. Right. On the 3 that are in FTA status, ma'am, we're going to go ahead and pull those that have FTA status. And what you're going to do is, if you go up to the counter after this and arrange a payment plan, you know, if you can make $50 a month, it'd be great. And starting in 30 days, if you can't make it, just call us. Okay. And on the 2 new ones, if you wanted to, I'd like to keep those off your record. I'd like to do a deferred finding because you have not done one. That means you pay $175, have no tickets for 12 months. Those two are going to be dismissed.
Okay.
So no more tickets for 6 months, right? I mean, 12 months, sorry. By the way, congratulations on getting your license back. I keep forgetting to tell people that because that's a pretty cool thing that you're getting it back. So we prefer seeing you get it back than keep having these problems.
Actually, never.
Well, now you do. All right. So there's $139, $139, and $139, $175, and the other ones are pulled out of collections and pulled out of FTA status. So that means you're going to be able to make payments on those. $50 a month till it's paid off. If you can make a larger payment, great. If you can't make a payment, call us. Okay?
Thank you.
And then stop coming to court.
Yeah.
Did you want me to sign the one I have, Mr. Walls? I already have it.
Yeah, that would be fine.
All right, because I think I've already signed it. I'll change it.
Yeah, if we were.
I already have the one with signatures on it, if that's what they want. So ask him if you could. Mr. Huff, right?
Yeah, Mr. Huff.
Yes, sir. Andrew Huff here for Mr. Nair.
Mr. Huff, on if you want, I have already signed off on the SOC. I will change it today's date. So if he wants to accept that, I'll go through that process right now.
Thank you, Your Honor. We appreciate that. Mr. Nair has indicated that he does wish to accept the 6-month SOC. That will lead to a dismissal. Right. And we are prepared to enter that today.
Right. As soon as Ms. Kainoa comes back, I will grab that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's only because I don't understand her filing system. Maybe you should put it back. You have Nair's file, please? Yeah, but I don't understand your filing system. See, I told you I didn't understand it. All right. Mr. Nair, can you hear me?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning again. I think it's still morning. Good morning again.
Good morning, sir.
And I have before me a stipulated order of continuance that you had previously reviewed and agreed to back on 10/5. And my understanding is today that you would like to go forward with that stipulated order of continuance.
That is correct, sir.
All right. And Mr. Huff, you've gone through this thoroughly and you believe he understands it?
Yes, Your Honor. And just for the record, we have discussed this SOC pretty significantly, what the potential outcome would be if he complies with all the conditions, and that would be a dismissal. And then, of course, what would constitute a violation. Based on that, I am satisfied that he does understand this agreement, what it does not, and the fact that the outcome would be a full and complete dismissal as long as there is no contact with Ms. Copeland, first-party contact with Ms. Copeland, and wishes to go forward with it.
There is no request for a continuing restraint of any sort?
The city is asking that he be ordered not to have contact as part of the
Right.
SOC.
I mean, there's no separate.
Oh, there's not really. There's a couple of orders, but they're not directly no contact orders.
Couple orders that presented with this?
Oh, I presented an order with this to be signed to.
Is that this harassment?
Yeah.
No contact order? And that was agreed to as well?
That was agreed to as well. That is sort of part and parcel of this SOC.
But you said a couple.
Oh, I was saying outside of this court, there are some related orders.
Okay. So you're asking for this order to be signed?
Yes.
And the period of time on it is for 1 year.
For 6 months.
6 months, excuse me, 4/6/2022 at 5 p.m. All right?
If I might, I'm sorry to interrupt, Your Honor, but if I might say something.
Yes, you may. I'd like to say, Mr. Huff, can he say something?
I just want to make sure that the SOC that is currently being accepted has the language that Mr. Huff had proposed, which says that in the event of an alleged violation of the agreement, Mr. Nair retains the rights to challenge and contest all current and new evidence offered in support of any alleged breach or violations before a neutral judge who has not previously made any administrative or substantive decisions on this case. So I just want to make sure that that is the version that we are accepting, because a few versions were sent around, and I don't want to.
I don't know if that's the version I have or not. I'll hand this to Mr. Walls, and he can tell me if this is the.
And I would note, for the record, that this was partly negotiated. And actually, I do think this is the previous version.
Okay, so we'll get a new version then.
And Mr. Huff, do you have the signed version from last week with the additional language we'd
All right, Aaron, I'm just looking right here. I know we shared some language. Did it ever make it into the SOC, though?
Well, I have an unsigned copy of the SOC with the additional language.
Okay. Yes, I'm looking at that right now. I do have that. It is not signed.
I think we can put /S agreed on video.
Yes, if I would agree to that, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's
so. But yes, I do have that amended version in front of me today. And my apologies, Your Honor.
I will.
So you're going to send that to
I will send that. Let me just save my version.
While we're getting that, did you have? Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we'll get those two, please, right after this then.
And Your Honor, just while I'm signing this, I would note this case is a couple years old. Since it's been pending, Mr. Nair has been quite compliant, and so I have been in contact with the victim, and I do think this is a good resolution for all parties. Mr. Nair will gain a dismissal of the charge. But he won't have contact with the victim, and he will show that he can continue to do that. So I do think it's a good resolution for all of us.
All parties would agree
and
with
I look forward to getting this case dismissed in 6 months.
All right.
I think we all do.
Mr. Huff, what's your bar number?
27156.
Typically, the victim fills that one out. The LEIS.
And I'd put the victim information on there just so that.
Yeah, I was talking about the actual LEIS form.
All right, I've sent that to the clerk and the court.
Okay.
And I will fill out the Chavez plea as well.
All right, so we have the new version with that language in it. Mr. Nair, with that new language in it, you're agreeing to this SOC, is that correct?
I haven't seen the new version, Your Honor.
Mr. Nair, I emailed it to you several days
I don't
ago.
have it.
If you could get that, because right now, either we're calling a jury for Thursday or we're going to get that signed today, so this is your opportunity. If you can get that to him again, Mr. Huff, we can take that in about 10-15 minutes. I'll take these other matters before then.
Okay, sounds good, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, so you call your matters, Mr. Russ. Yes, I would. All right. Do we have that plea yet? I don't know if have you sent that one, Aaron?
Yeah, no, I was calculating the credit for time served.
I don't know how many days a year I do.
I believe it is 12.
Well,
It's not this one.
All right, I have sent that now.
Chavez will be pleading guilty to charging theft, third-degree domestic violence.
So case is closed.
He understands that by pleading guilty, he's waiving a number of important constitutional rights, specifically his right to go to trial, right to testify on his behalf, the right to cross-examine, the right to remain silent at trial. He is aware this charge bears a statutory maximum of $5,000. He is aware you do have the discretion in respect of lastly, Your Honor, is a U.S. citizen. You don't want to see.
Great, thank you. Julie, did you send that one over to our Julie also?
Yes.
Okay. Julie? Can you print off the Gavin Chavez one as well?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Chavez? If you can turn yourself off mute. Yeah, it's still showing mute.
Sometimes it takes a minute to.
If we have the plea, if you can hand it to him.
You have the old form she has.
There we go. Here we go.
She's now 41 years of age.
Here's the old one. You can take this and.
I'm just going to edit the age to 41 to 40. Everything else is the same.
I don't know if we can accept that.
Oh, no.
Okay.
You're not allowed to age. I can hear you now.
Okay, sorry about that.
Thank you. Mr. Chavez, did you understand what your attorney just told me?
I couldn't hear anything. It was completely muted. I'm sorry.
I'll just go through it with you. You entered a plea of guilty, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And there were some very important constitutional rights under number 5. Did you understand them?
Yes, sir, I do.
Are there any you'd like to go over?
No, sir.
Under number 6, there was a proposal by the prosecutor what they were going to offer. It is only a recommendation. I can impose the maximum penalty. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
Has anyone made any promise or threats to make you sign this form?
No, Your Honor.
And you're doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And this, hold on a second. Can you pull up number 11? And under number 11, it says, on 3/16/2017 in Orting, Washington, I wrongfully obtained personal property belonging to my grandfather, Paul Woodruff, and pawned it off with the intent to deprive him of the value thereof. Is that a true and correct statement?
Yes, sir, it is.
All right. I'll make a finding that the statement of defendant on plea of guilty is knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily made. And again, we don't have an appeals form. We got to find a way to. All right.
I'll send you my copy. Yeah, I don't have a Word form, but I don't know if the court does.
All right. Based on the police report, I will make the finding that on or about 3/16/2017 in Orting, Washington, the defendant, Gavin Chavez, committed the crime of theft in third degree. Domestic violence, I'll make that finding of guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Is there anything you'd like to tell me before I proceed to sentencing?
Yeah, if that's all right. So, I mean, I don't know what the domestic violence, I believe it's just because it was against a family member, right?
Correct.
Okay. I just wanted to let you know, like, I'm not trying to sweet talk or nothing. I just want to let you know, like, I do feel bad about it. You know, it was against my grandfather. It shouldn't have happened, you know. And since then, me and him have made amends, you know, and we've done what we had to do. And I've earned my trust back from him, you know, and since then he did pass and everything. But for that, I did make it. Thank you. And I did make amends with him, you know, and I did earn my way back with him. And I mean, of course, I'm only going to feel bad about it, but I mean, it's
all right.
It is what it is, you know. And,
thank you, sir. The sentencing is 12 days in jail with credit for 12 days served. And a criminal conviction fee is $43 upon payment. This case is closed. You should be out of jail hopefully soon on this matter. And as soon as the $43 is paid, I'm closing the case. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys are free to go.
All right. Thank you.
All right, McCarty. And anything, did we get everything back in McCarty?
I just changed it.
All right, so you may as well do your colloquy, and did I already think I did the order. Is that correct?
McCarty, who had three cause numbers, 18, 19, and 20. XZ0128751, XZ0128752, 9Z102300. Mr. McCarty will be bringing a plea on one cause number, and in exchange for that, the city will be dismissing it. Party understands that all of the charges. She understands she's pleading to one misdemeanor and a gross misdemeanor. The misdemeanor comprising itself of 1 year in jail and a statutory maximum. 364 days of jail and a $5,000 fine. For a total aggregate potential liability, $1,000 in base fines, and 1 year and jail. Understands you do have the discretion not parties. Lastly, Your Honor, she is a warnings. No, I guess we didn't. I'm sorry. But she's ready to go forward.
All right, thank you. And ma'am, you understand what your attorney just told me? Yes. All right, and you understand that under number 5, the very important constitutional rights, you went through those. Are there any you'd like to go over at this time? Number 6, there's a recommendation. It is only a recommendation. I can impose up to the maximum penalty. Do you understand that? Has anyone made any promise or threats to make you sign this form? And you're doing so freely and voluntarily? And it says under number 11, says on 1/4/2020 in Orting, Washington, I gave a false name when being stopped by police for driving with a license suspended. And on 11/12/2019 in Orting, Washington, I drove my motor vehicle while my Washington driver's license was suspended in 3rd degree. Are those correct statements? All right. I'll make a finding that the plea of guilty is knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily made. And based on the police report, I will make the finding that, make sure I get the right dates, right ones here, that on or about 1/4/2020 in Orting, Washington, the defendant, Stacy McCarty, committed the crime of obstruction of a law enforcement officer in violation of 9A7602A. Make that finding guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. And I'll make the finding that on or about 1/4/2020 in Orting, Washington, the defendant drove a motor vehicle or a license suspended 3rd degree in violation of 46203421C. Anything you'd like to tell me before I proceed to sentencing, ma'am? Right. So I will, the findings of guilt are to DWS under 9Z1023060 and false statement under XZ0128752. And the reason I mentioned that is because it says to dismiss XZ0128752, but I think it's they dismiss one of the charges on there.
Yeah.
All right. So the sentencing is as follows. This is suspended for a period of 24 months on the condition 90 days in jail with 90 days suspended. Fine of 1,000 with 1,000 suspended on the first charge. 364 days with 364 suspended with $5,000 fine, and 4,750 suspended on the second charge. The fine is $250. The assessments are $225. The criminal conviction fee is $86 because there's 2 of them, and the criminal traffic fee is $102.50 times 2. You you have a public defender, so tell me about your financial circumstances. Well, I am going to strike the fines. I'm going to find that she is indigent and can't make her payments and the costs. No criminal law violations. Do not drive without license and insurance. I'm dismissing 201-28752 851, obstruction under XZ 01288752, dismiss the failure to transfer under 9Z 1023060. I think I caught everything. Anything else, guys? All right. That's the order of the court. Thank you. She's here. All right. This is thank you. Yes. Okay. Yeah, he's right there under Andrew. Ms. Johnson, your case is going to be set for 11/2 at 10 a.m., okay? Ms. Johnson, can you hear me?
Barely.
All right, your case is being set for November 2nd at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And you're free to go. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Did I get both numbers? All right, that's that one. This is the new one. Mr. Huff, are we ready on Nair?
Yes, Your Honor, I think we are ready. And just for the record, I discussed once again with Mr. Nair that some of the language that we've added to this agreement. Essentially, it allows him to, if there is an alleged violation, to still challenge any new evidence that might come in on that. I think the fear is that there might be some fake email or something like that that might, potentially pose a violation, and he just obviously wants to make sure that he is able to challenge the veracity and the accuracy of any alleged violation. And I think the language in this agreement does do that.
Yeah, and Mr. Wallace has agreed to that, yes.
Mr. Wallace has been extremely helpful in this case, and I certainly appreciate his efforts.
Turn my mic on. That's correct. The city is in agreement with that.
All right, so if that is so, may I sign off on this order at this point?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr.
And I think this concludes this matter.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I have signed that. I've also signed the harassment no contact order. And that means you can't harass her in any way, right? You can't contact her in any way except for through your attorneys. You may contact her through attorneys. Okay?
I understand, sir. Thank you.
All right. I have signed off on the orders. This case is completed. Mr. Nair, good luck to you. I wish you only good things.
Thank you, and same vice. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel.
Have a good rest of the week. Thank you, Mr. Wallace.
I will. All right, we are going off air.
And so we haven't actually
we
finished
have.
Mr. Rossi.
All right, well, are we off record? To what day you're looking? 30 days? That the 16th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is he here?
Yes, Your Honor. I think
Yeah.
Mr. Ossie will have his license reinstated completely at that time, and I think there'll be a better resolution in the offing if he can take care of that.
I am showing a warrant out of Sumner that he needs to take care of.
Mr. Rossi, did you hear that?
I just heard that.
You got a warrant in Sumner Municipal Court you need to clean up.
I will give them a call as soon as I'm done here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're setting this over until we said the 16th, right? 30 days. And at 10 o'clock a.m., Mr. Rossi, and this is an excluded period for speedy trial, and hopefully we can get this resolved in, okay?
Okay, and then what was the date again, sir?
It's going to be 11/16 at 10 a.m.
Got it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Yep.
So I guess double check. This proof of community service, no objection to resetting that.
And I can just share with the court, he's been doing for years now community service in the town of Orting anyway, so.
No deputy.
Although I don't have anything, any documentation to hand up, I'm There's no doubt in my mind he's done it.
Yeah, let's set him for 2 weeks, yeah, in the next date, which is on the 2nd.
Thank you. Hey, Kim, have a favor?
Well, the only good news is he signed